ask yourself, why do you need an owl in the cage? Hey guys! Today's video is all about the guinea pig product that I couldn't live without. I have all of my notes here in this little book because we're going to go through a couple of products that were really useful and that I would recommend to anyone watching this video, because some of these products really literally saved my life and then some of these products just really made life easier. So I'm going to go through a bunch of categories, and the first category is going to be the first aid kit. And there I have 3 products that were super useful and that really literally saved my life. The first one is this product. This is the brand name of it. So if you're buying that in a different country than Germany, you are probably going to have to look for the ingredient of this product. So these are baby gas relief drops, and the ingredient that you're looking for is simethicone. This is super useful. You use it if you feel like your guinea pig might be bloated. And the good thing about this product is, since it's for babies, there's no possible way of accidentally giving your guinea pigs too much of this. And you just put it in a syringe and put it in their mouth. And this is a huge lifesaver. If you think your guinea pig is bloated, always go to the vet, but this is something that you can give your guinea pig before going to the vet, so that they already have something that is working in their system while you're in the car driving to the vet. This is super useful, especially at night, if no vet is opened, so I would recommend it for everyone. The second product that is super useful to have in your first aid kit is critical care. You can also get this at your vet. Usually they will give it to you whenever your guinea pig goes through surgery or has trouble eating, but it never hurts to have this in your first aid kit at home. So this is basically like a little pellet powder, and you just mix it with water and then put it in a syringe, or if you're really lucky and your guinea pigs eat it from a spoon, put a little bit on a spoon and let your guinea pigs lick it off. My guinea pigs love this stuff when they're not sick, and the second they're sick they all refuse to eat it, and then we have unfortunately to syringe feed and use the syringe. But this is a huge lifesaver. If you notice that your guinea pig stops eating, you have to immediately start feeding them, because otherwise their whole digestive system is just going to stop working. So if you notice that they don't eat, immediately get this, or if you have pellets at home, you can also mix pellets with hot water and create a liquid as well. And then the last thing in my first aid kit that is super necessary and useful is this thing. This is called Benebak, and it is a little tube which looks like this, and there's this very weird looking green gel inside of it, and this is something that you give if you give your guinea pigs antibiotics, and this helps their stomach. If you give them antibiotics, it usually hurts their stomach, and it can cause a lot of digestive problems. So if you give them this stuff 2 to 3 times a day, depending on what your vet recommends, it can help prevent all of these problems, and it can help prevent that the antibiotic is going to attack your guinea pig's digestive system. So this little tube here is a huge lifesaver. All of this, of course, is not vet advice. This is just my personal opinion, things that have helped me. And this does not replace going to the vet, and you can buy all of these things at the vet as well. But I feel like having these things at home so that you can immediately give your guinea pigs that before going to the vet, especially if it takes a couple of hours to drive there or until you can get an appointment, some of these things can be really useful. And you can always call them and ask them whether you can give your guinea pigs this stuff, and ask them for advice, what you're supposed to do until you actually get to the appointment. And all of these things have been things that have been advised to us to give them as a first aid thing kind of before you go to the vets. The next thing that has proven super useful, now we're entering the cage category, are these willow bridges. And that is because when we first started owning guinea pigs, we had teeny tiny little baby guinea pigs, and we had a big house for them, and they looked so lost in it. They were just this small, and guinea pigs love hideys that are just very dark and give them a lot of sense of safety and security. So we went to the pet store and got these willow bridges in the teeny tiny size. So I think usually they come in 3 sizes. That is the biggest version, that is the grown-up guinea pig version, but they also have them in around this big. And these are perfect for baby guinea pigs, and they're only €2. I mean, you know that your guinea pig is going to grow, so you know that you're going to throw out these willow bridges, so it does make sense to like not spend a ton of money on baby guinea pig houses. So these willow bridges were really a huge lifesaver, and also because you can fold them in any way you want it, they're really great for storage. The next thing that is super useful are any type of these fleece tunnels or fleece sacks if you go to the vet. Whenever one of our guinea pigs had surgery, we put them in these little fleece things. If it's cold outside, it keeps them warm, and also it just provides a lot of safety because it kind of closes once the guinea pig goes in there. And then also after surgery, the guinea pigs usually stay on like a heating pad at the vets, and they make sure that they stay awake and everything. But when they bring them in, they usually put them back in these little tunnels or sacks, and the guinea pigs feel very safe and secure, and they're also still being kept warm. I can really recommend them if you like have to drive somewhere with your guinea pigs and you just want to make them feel protected. And then another cage accessory that is just super useful is this log. Some people use them as like decoration for their weddings. This is actually an organic one, so this tree hasn't been treated with any pesticides, and also the log itself hasn't been like preserved with anything that could be toxic. But we use this as the feeding log instead of a food bowl, and if you have a lot of guinea pigs, this is super useful because guinea pigs tend to fight a lot if you put food in a food bowl, and they usually bicker and like snap at each other. And because this thing isn't really like enclosed, the guinea pigs don't have to stick their entire head into it to eat something, and so they don't have to bicker and don't have to bite each other. This is definitely something that I can really recommend. The next thing that is, again, literally a lifesaver in summer are either a cooling pad or a water bottle that has been frozen. And both of these things don't go into the guinea pig cage like this, so you usually wrap a towel around it. But the good thing about this is you can just offer it to your guinea pigs, and if they're in any danger of like overheating, they can choose to go on this thing and just lie on there, or put a paw on there, or their head, or whatever they want, and it gives them the opportunity to cool off. Guinea pigs tend to not do that well in heat, so these two things are just really a huge lifesaver. And going into a similar direction is also this thing right here. And you might ask yourself, why do you need an owl in the cage? And the answer is, you don't. It's just a hot water bottle, and of course, the owl does not go into the cage. Of course, you take this off. This is a regular hot water bottle for humans. You take this cover off and then just put hot water in there, and then wrap a towel or 2 or 3, depending on how hot it is, around it so that the guinea pigs can't get too hot. Put it in their cage, and this can be super necessary after your guinea pig had surgery, because after surgery guinea pigs need to be kept warm, and usually the vet keeps them at their office long enough so that they're stabilized and that they are kind of at that point where nothing bad is going to happen if they're not being kept warm, but they usually advise you after surgery to just keep something near them where they can lie on in case they get cold, and where they can snuggle on. And so a hot water bottle is a lifesaver. You wouldn't want to buy one of these things right after surgery, so I can really recommend this. The next thing that makes life so much easier if you have guinea pigs is having rice in the house. And this is just regular cooking rice, which you can use for any type of dish that you want to cook, but you can also use uncooked rice to clean the guinea pig's water bottles. And the guinea pig's water bottles can get dirty quite fast, and they tend to have this really weird green stuff on the inside, and we have glass water bottles, so we can easily stick them in the dishwasher. But even in the dishwasher, they aren't always cleaned that well, and some of the residue just continues to stick on it. And what really helps is just getting 10 or 15, put them in the water bottle, fill it with water, and then just shake it. And then when you empty it out, of course, make sure to get rid of all of the rice, because you don't want any rice sticking in the water bottle. But it really gets rid of all of the leftover residue, and it's such an easy way of cleaning the water bottle. This is a tip that really saves you so much time scrubbing these water bottles. It makes everything so much easier, and I swear to you, it really works. This is not one of these life hacks which don't work and you're left trying it and thinking, oh man, people just give you tips because they want to make YouTube videos out of it. This really is super useful. Of course, don't forget to empty the water bottle and empty all of that rice and like rinse it once before you put fresh water for your guinea pigs in. And the last thing on my list, which I've mentioned before a couple of times and which makes life so much easier with guinea pigs if you have any type of fleece items in your cage, is getting a wash bag. This is a horse blanket wash bag, which means it's intended for like horse blankets, but you just put all of your gross and dirty guinea pig fleece items in there, zip it, put it in the washing machine, and right after washing your guinea pig stuff, you can wash your clothes in the washing machine without any of the hair or dirt or any of that going on in the washing machine and going on your clothes. So this thing makes everything so much easier. Don't even start vacuuming your fleece items, because I used to do that. I spent like 2 or 3 hours vacuum all of the guinea pig stuff before I put it in the washing machine to like get rid of all of the fur. Just save that time and get one of these horse blanket wash bags, and it will make your life easier, I promise. The guinea pigs want to say bye. This is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it.